All right, Chelsea fans, it's been a bit of a boring weekend and week, but guess what? We had a women's match, beat Man City. We got some international roundups and one rumor about Christian Pulisic to touch on. We're going to break it all down for you. Here we go. All right, well, kicking it off, I want to touch on the women's match. That is right. Chelsea women beating Manchester City 2-0 in the FA WSL, the Women's Super League. This is coming off the back to a bad defeat against newly promoted Liverpool. So Emma Hayes' team back on track, moving and grooving. City are a top team in the WSL, if you don't know. Chelsea going out with 2-0 goals coming from Fran Kirby. That's super Fran Kirby to most of you, as well as Maren Mjelde from the penalty spot, making it 2-0. A couple big notes out of this match is that one, the stadium was essentially sold out. 4,500 fans for this women's match is massive. We love to see the growth of this game. Tickets are highly affordable. They are an action-packed team. They have some of the best players in the world. Why would you not go, especially if you're around? So good to see, almost 4,500 fans turning out for this women's match. The other thing is Anne Katrin-Berger made a start in goal. August 23rd, she was in the hospital, okay? Fighting cancer, fighting medical health issues, and now a month later, she's back starting for Chelsea. One of the best teams in the world against one of the best teams in the competition. That is mind-blowing. So massive credit to the medical staff and to everything that's gone into her recovery and her being able to come back and play at this level. Amazing. Heartwarm story, feel good, soak it up, absolutely love it. If you haven't, go back and watch the highlights. The goal from Fran Kirby, the build-up to this goal was phenomenal. Starting from the back, getting it out wide, slotting a pass in behind, cutting back, the runs that went to the near post to pull all the City defenders away, and Fran Kirby just at the top of the penalty spot. Nice, calm, collected pass into the goal was phenomenal. Honestly, go check it out. Again, rough start for this team, but a lot of new faces, right? You've got Buchanan. Lauren James is finally really back from full fitness. Erin Cuthbert having to play a new position. She used to play right wing and a middle three. She's now kind of a destroyer in the midfield. Trying to fit in all of these names is not easy, right? Jessie Fleming, massive attacker. Fran Kirby, Guro Reiten, Lauren James, Sam Kerr, these are powerhouse names, and there's still amazing names on the bench as well. So again, if you're bored, check out the women's team, especially during international breaks. They are amazing. They're fun to watch. The expectations for Emma Hayes in this squad is literally a triple, right? We want to see the FA Cup back. We want to see the league title retained. We want to see the Champions League success. That Champions League is the big one that we haven't been able to do. So again, go check out this team if you haven't. They are phenomenal to watch. You've got England internationals, Nordic internationals, players from all over the world playing for this team. Absolutely an intercontinental group of superstars, and you should check it out. The next one I want to talk about, just give the man props when he deserves it, right? Thiago Silva, here he is getting a record for Brazil. He becomes the most capped defender with 108 appearances for the Senegal. Was I right? Portuguese speaker? Senegal? I'm not really sure, but anyways, the Brazilian national team. He just passed Lucio. So if you know, that is no small feat. 108 caps for Brazil, most capped defender. Obviously not most capped overall, but again, El Monstruo, the monster, is continuing to assert his dominance. It's good to see him get 45 minutes in France, with Brazil, as they got to take on, some more minutes. Ahead of World Cup preparations. He looks fit, he looks sharp, which is great, as we now have, almost an entire week to prepare, with the rest of the guys at Cobham. So again, just seeing Thiago Silva boss it, you absolutely love to see it. The next one up, we've got some international roundups. Just real quick, just want to touch on some of the players that featured in the past week. Look, I don't know about you. I've been bored. I've been so bored. My wife keeps asking, when does Chelsea play? I'm like, they don't. She's like, they still aren't playing? I'm like, no, another week. Another week off. I'm just bored. And like personally, I don't watch international matches, right? I don't know if you watch them. I don't. I just can't be really bothered. You know, I didn't even watch the U.S. lose 2-0 to Japan. Christian Pulisic didn't play. Precautionary injury holding him back. I appreciate that, especially because Greg Berhalter is just trying to get himself sacked before the World Cup. We might as well touch on some of the players that did play just to kind of see who's getting minutes, who's playing while we're away. But the first one is Kalidou Koulibaly, played full 90 with Senegal. They beat Bolivia 2-0 in France. The other thing is that Edouard Mendy, who is another Senegalese player, he did not feature, which, again, goes to show that this wasn't a made-up injury. If he's not playing for Chelsea in meaningful games and he's not playing for Senegal, who would absolutely play him if possible, unfortunately, he's going to be out, and we're going to have to wait and see, you know, when he's going to come back. Hopefully sooner than later. I know Kepa stands I hear you, okay, but I'm not interested. The other one, Azpi, he started right back for Spain. They took on Switzerland, so he essentially played a full 90 as well. So it's probably good for him to get some minutes. But they did lose against Switzerland. So not great. But again, I don't, you know, this isn't a highly competitive. They get some matches, the League of Nations, whatever. I don't really care. That's kind of where I'm at. Dennis Zakaria, he came on, got some minutes, about just under 30 minutes in that match against Switzerland and Spain. So, you know, he's the one that we don't know, I feel like as Chelsea fans, really anything about. We haven't seen him yet. We signed him on deadline date as a loan. There really hasn't been a lot of content about him. We were talking with CFC Central about him, and we're going to try to see if we can get a player profile or something, because I just feel like he's a huge unknown. He's a unit. He's strong. I just want to see what he has to do. So maybe I'll go back and see if I can pull the highlights on this one. But if anyone has a link out there, clip it. Let us see, because I just feel like there's not a lot of information about Zakaria in the Chelsea sphere. So we're going to have to see what he brings to the table as far as that. The other one is Broja got 90 minutes for Albania, which we love to see. He's getting more minutes. He's starting for his national team again. Young attacker. He's getting up there. And we just want to see him continue to be successful and get minutes. So again, good to see him getting 90 minutes, going to work on his fitness, going to work on his sharpness. You love to see it. And then lastly, some of the younger kids, right? Lewis Hall playing for 90 minutes with the England U19s. You just love to see it. Lewis Hall actually scored a few goals this season for the Dev squad. He went from, I think, a right back, center back to actually into the midfield now. So we got to see his career progress after he made his debut under, I believe it was Tuchel a season ago. Carney Chukwuemeka made the U20s for England, and Harvey Vale both played in that one. Sami Slimkani, he is, I believe, on loan for the academy. He played in goal for Morocco. And then again, just like Harvey Vale captaining the U19s is phenomenal. Yada, yada, yada. Again, like I'm sitting here, Kovacic sealed his place. He got, they're moving on in the UEFA Nations League final. Great. Love to see it. More minutes from him. I guess I don't know what everyone's kind of thoughts are with these minutes and things like that, like over the international break. I think because Chelsea have been in extenuating circumstances where the Queen died, so all matches were canceled. Fine. Got it. Okay. So now Chelsea haven't played that weekend. The next weekend, due to policing issues and security concerns, we don't play again. Okay, so now Chelsea haven't played for a month. I know there's some closed door scrimmages and things like that, but like that, we just had one against Brighton before the international break, and now the next one was during the international break where there's really no first team players there. It just kind of like Chelsea haven't played a long time. So I think normally I don't like the fact that players are, adding minutes to the legs during these internationals, but this actually seems like a really good time for all of our players to get as many minutes as they can, because Chelsea haven't played competitive minutes, since early middle September. And we're going to have to come back out and get ready to go here at the beginning of October, this upcoming weekend. So I think at this spot, I think it's good. You guys let me know what you think, but overall, I think this is good. They got minutes. And then the last thing I guess I just wanted to touch on, was a little bit of a rumor over at football.london. big fan of Adam Newson and the job that he does over there. But when you get these headlines, that Christian Pulisic has been in the news so much, and I get why with the quote released with the head of the book sales. Chelsea star hands transfer hint amid Gabriel Slonina message. But the thing is, that's not true. He didn't drop a transfer hint. He had a quote that this person, Sam Hill, completely twisted up. And this is it. This whole article, right, is all for this one sentence right here. And it says, let me get it on the screen for you. Slonina said, I did give him a message when I was in Chelsea, signing and everything. He, Pulisic, said he's super excited for me to be with the club, and hopefully we can see the field together. He goes on to say, reading between the lines, he used the word hopefully. Come on. Let's think for a half a second. Gaga Slonina is an 18-year-old, 19-year-old goalkeeper playing in the MLS. What is more likely right now? Christian Pulisic leaves and Slonina comes in and starts, or the fact that Christian Pulisic is essentially within the first team and Gaga Slonina might come in and not even be on the first team because the gap that he has to make up from MLS to Premier League roster is huge. Isn't that way more likely that Gaga Slonina won't make the first team squad rather than Pulisic leaves? I can't be bothered with some of this stuff sometimes. I get it, you do it for the clicks and yada yada and this and that, but it's getting boring. And I know it's international break and you have to kind of say some silly things to get clicks and headlines and stuff, but I don't know. I think that one was a long shot there, right? Pulisic didn't drop any hints. All he's saying is that he hopes that Gaga Slonina can get to the level needed so that they can play together at Chelsea. Pulisic is there. Gaga is not. He's starting in the MLS. Just completely misconstrued. But anyways, we got an exciting week coming at you. We're dropping a new history series as a podcast. It's going to be great. Check it out. We just launched, I guess tomorrow, or it's going to go out sometime this week, right? We've got a teaser on it. We're also going to preview all of October's schedule. If you haven't seen it, it is going to come thick and fast. We're talking a match every 2.5 days for Chelsea, which is going to be a lot. And then we got a Matt Law update as well. So get excited. Matt Law's back, kind of run us through everything that's gone on because it looks like Chelsea are ready to splash the cash again in January. So we'll talk about that later in the week. But anyways, hope you're enjoying your Monday. Start off the week straight with a little bit of Chelsea news. Let me know if you watch the internationals. Let me know if you think that the 90 minutes, the 60 minutes of all the different players is helpful or hurtful. I just want the players back so Graham Potter can get back with them. In case you forgot, we have a new manager. We've only seen him once. So hopefully we can get back into rhythm and get Chelsea back in our lives. So anyways, we're out. Hope you enjoy it. If you want a new community to talk with, go check out our Discord. Link in the description through Patreon. We're out.